सुश्री सुष्मिता देव।
Thank you, Vice Chairman, sir.
8 मिनट आप।
I thank my party for letting me speak on the Railway Amendment Bill 2024. Sir, this bill gives us all in the opposition a very mixed feeling because railway is an extremely important ministry and department. A ministry, a department that was debated over hours and days in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. आपने भी देखा होगा. But for some strange reason, we have been deprived of that opportunity. Be that as it may, this bill raises a very important question. It is repealing the 1890 and 1905 Act, and the provisions of the 1905 Act have been inserted into the 1989 Railway Act. Sir, I would like to ask the Honourable Minister through you that the 1989 Act, which is a 200-section Act and covers almost every subject and every issue in the Railway Ministry, was it not the apt time for the Railway Minister to review that entire Act of 89, make amendments to it, and send that bill to an appropriate committee for scrutiny? That why is it that the government shies away from a standing committee, from a select committee?
Yes.
There could only be one reason, sir, that these committees will actually compel the minister for a reality check, a reality that he is not comfortable with. That, sir, each member in the opposition has said we are proud of the Railways Department, which unites this country. We have seen Mahatma Gandhi travel across the country on the railway system. But today, what has happened, sir? When we see the word railway in any newspaper, any TV channels, it is next to words like death, like delay, like congestion, like stampede, like extortion, and like accidents. As an Indian citizen and a parliamentarian, when the word railway becomes synonymous to these disastrous words, I think this was the moment to actually scrutinize the Railway Ministry. So what is it, this bill, what is the political message that this bill is giving and the NDA government is giving? That they do not care about accountability for negligence and inefficiency. They do not give the people of India priority. And last but not the least, that this is a government which is not open to reforming the Railway Ministry. And this is the message that goes to the entire nation on the presentation of the short bill, but which gives a very loud message. Sir, accountability, we are all aware of sovereign immunity. So I don't mind if I see the Honourable Minister getting into the engine driver's seat and waving at empty footpaths. I have no problem. That's part of politics. But the question is, when there is a crash, when we see people dying and people getting injured, that's the time we think that what is the accountability of the Honourable Minister. Today, the 1989 Act allows you to prosecute officers but not the minister because of sovereign immunity. In these circumstances, in a democracy, the Prime Minister of India should have asked for the resignation of the Honourable Railway Minister. And let me justify that with figures. 678 railway accidents between 2014 and 23. 781 lives lost, 1,500 injuries, including employees, sir. Today, does this not call for accountability in a democratic country like ours? I ask all the members of parliament who are today present here. Secondly, sir, I am appalled. I don't even know what to say when I look at the figure that as of 24, 1.52 lakhs sanctioned posts in the safety category are today vacant. Does this government take safety security seriously? That's the answer that Honourable Minister must tell us. My colleagues have spoken about coverage. Today, only 2% of the total route lengths are covered by coverage, which is actually a big protection shield to the common people. Sir, today, to cover all routes with coverage, the cost is 63,000 crores. But this government has not spent that money, but for the vanity Vande Bharat scheme, railway, it is around rupees 1.60 crores. What is their priority? Vanity or the safety of the people? This government needs to answer. Sir, inspection of track safety is only at 50%. What does the government have to say about that? Are people priority, sir? I hear several ministers criticizing Honorable Chief Minister of Bengal, but I am proud to say that when she bought Duronto Express, she made it faster than Rajdhani, but without a price rise. Yes. When she brought Izzat scheme, she gave the socially underprivileged to travel at cheap costs, almost like a right to the poor. Sir, I would like to say that arbitrary control by the government of this department will not help the railway ministry. And let me give an example. The grand privatization plan that this government had launched and issued tenders in July 2020 for privatization of freight trains, etc., we have seen that almost 9 clusters, there were absolutely no takers and no bidders. So there is policy confusion. Given that you are a monopoly, what is it you want? If you decontrol railway, that's how privatization will happen. If you plan to control it, then please give the regional zones more autonomy, more financial autonomy, so that they compete with each other to become a competitive department, but none of this has happened. Yes. Sir, last but not the least, I come from Northeast, the state of Assam, and our connectivity is a big issue. So we can keep thumping our chest saying Act East policy, Act East policy. But unless the northeastern states find their way to the ports of Bengal, to the roads of Bengal, to the railway of Bengal via Bangladesh, Act East policy can never be a reality for us. The Trans-Asian Railway is absolute priority for us, and I request the Honorable Minister, Railway Minister, to look into this matter, because I am aware that it is also the External Affairs Minister who has to be involved in this. Sir, I would like to say and tell the Honorable Minister that you hold an important ministry. Ideally, what you should do at this stage is send this bill to a select committee and hear the voices of the people and what they feel and how unsafe they feel in your trains through the voices in the select committee. If you do that, then I will say that this government is true to its jobs. Short of that, it is nothing but photo ops and optics. With those words, I end my speech. Thank you.
धन्यवाद.